Have you ever met someone who was all talk and no walk? You understand God never called us to be those people. I want to read something to you out of 1 Corinthians 2, 1 through 5. It says this, "And I, brethren, when I came to you, did not come with excellence of speech or of wisdom, declaring to you the testimony of God. For I determined not to know anything among you except Christ and Him crucified. I was with you in weakness and fear and in much trembling. And my speech and my preaching were not with persuasive words of human wisdom, but in demonstration of the Spirit and of power. Why? That your faith should not be in the wisdom of men, but in the power of God." God tells us very intentionally, do not put your faith in what you know, but in who you know. Here's 3 quick points to ponder. Number 1, our testimony of God should not consist of words alone. I think we know that, but sometimes we go, well, what else is there? What else should we have? What else does God expect us to have when we're being His representatives and His children? Point number 2, the power and presence of God in our lives speaks most effectively. That's exactly what God expects. God expects our relationship with Him to overflow into this very real world, for people to be able to see and experience again the presence and power that we experience with God. Our God is a real God, a living God. Is your God a real God, or is He an impotent God? Point number 3, God's presence and power is not meant to merely be an exposition, but an experience. Again, God's presence and power is not meant to merely be an exposition, but an experience. It's not something we just talk about. It's not something that we just explain. God's presence and power is supposed to be an experiential reality in every one of the lives of His children, and that's what God is calling you and me to today. Listen, real problems require real solutions. I want to encourage you to dig deep in God's Word today.